On March 5th, I planted potatoes 3 different ways. It's now exactly 4 months later and time to harvest, and we're gonna see which way produced the most potatoes. I really hope it was the easiest way. But to make sure, at the end of the video, we'll do a weigh-in to see which way really produced the most. No way! I'll also show you how to cure your potatoes to help them store longer. The 4 ways these were planted were, number 1, in a container. I planted up this galvanized wash tub up in the cottage garden. I planted them the traditional way, in trenches. I tried for the first time using the Ruth Stout method or the no dig, no work method. I'm really hoping that one wins. Now, technically there was a 4th method. I let nature take its course. I had left some potatoes in a bed accidentally, don't we all do that? And they came up and I left them. Now let me know in the comments which methods you've tried and which have worked successfully for you. Okay, it's time to see which way worked best. Are you ready? We'll start off with the container grown method. Unfortunately, I had to harvest these early on June 3rd, just 3 months after planting them. We had a lot of rain this spring and they were diseased. Almost all the plants had died back completely. Plus, we needed potatoes that night for dinner and didn't have any, so I went up to check and see if there was at least enough potatoes for dinner. Surprisingly, there was. We ended up with a little less than a pound. Not bad for 3 months in a container with diseased plants. Now let's harvest the self-sown potatoes. To make quick work of it, I'm gonna use a potato fork. Not bad at all. Now let's harvest the traditionally planted ones. And yes, I am building up suspense for the Ruth Stout no-dig method, for me and you. I planted a half a bed of each. So this half here is the traditionally planted method. This half here was the Ruth Stout method. Quick little break. If this is your first time here, let me know that in the comments. And if it is, hi, I'm Brian with Next Level Gardening, a community that offers tips, tricks, and support to help take your garden to the next level. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place, and I'm really glad to have you. If this isn't your first time here, welcome back. It's great to see you again. All right, now back to the video. Okay, Ruth Stout, I have very high hopes for your method. If it works, it would be a game changer. Let's do this. So the Ruth Stout method is simple. Just lay your potatoes out on prepared soil about 1 foot apart and cover with straw. Yep, that's it. So in pulling back the straw, I can see tons of potatoes just laying there on top of the ground. It's amazing. Now, technically, you're not supposed to have to dig, but I was just to see if there was any under the soil surface, and there wasn't. So this really is a no-dig method. Just pick the potatoes up off the ground, put them in a basket, and you're done. Now this is our box of the ones that I accidentally left in the bed. Now remember, this was a full bed. Then this was our traditionally grown ones where we dug the trench and then had to dig them up. And this was a half of a bed. And on the other half of that bed was the Ruth Stout method, no dig, the easiest one. So I'm hoping this is the winner. But there's only one way to find out. Okay, first one is the accidental leave-in potatoes. 13.6 pounds. The next one is the traditionally grown potatoes. 12.2 pounds. And the Ruth Stout no dig. Also 12.2. Okay, so overall, the left-in potatoes were 13 pounds-ish. However, that was a full bed. So the other two, the traditional and the Ruth Stout no dig potatoes, were 12, they were only a pound less, and they were a half of a bed each. So, and they were exactly the same weight, which is weird. So all things being equal, and they exactly are equal, why wouldn't you go with the Ruth Stout no dig method? Now, obviously this is only one trial. I will do another one in the fall because we can plant in the fall. Now, we've got all these potatoes harvested. Now we need to cure them. Now you can eat these immediately. In fact, they're new potatoes and they're actually really good and really tender. But if you're gonna store them, you need to cure them for about 2 weeks in a temperature between 45 and 65 degrees if possible, and as high a humidity as you can get. Our garage is not going to let that happen because it's hot out there. So we're gonna slide them into our pantry down at the bottom. That'll be the coolest place in the house for them. Fall is coming up pretty quickly, and it's a great time to plant potatoes no matter your climate. I did a video last fall showing you how to do that. I'll put it right here. Click on that video, watch the whole thing, and you will be absolutely ready to plant this fall when the time comes. See you next time.